Gather round, my dear listeners, and let me tell you a tale of a proud leopard named Lumo, who lived in the heart of the enchanted forest. Lumo was known far and wide for his magnificent golden coat, adorned with perfect black spots, each one unique, like stars in the night sky. But one fateful night, a magical storm swept through the land, changing Lumo's life forever. It was a night unlike any other. The sky roared with thunder, and bolts of lightning lit up the forest. Lumo, taking shelter under a great baobab tree, watched in awe as the storm painted the world in strange colors. Suddenly, a gust of wind, shimmering with magic, swirled around him, lifting leaves and dust into a glowing vortex. When the storm finally passed, Lumo stepped out from his hiding place. He stretched his sleek body and glanced at his reflection in a nearby pond, and gasped. His spots were gone. His golden fur gleamed plain and bare, stripped of the very marks that made him unique. Panicked, Lumo raced through the forest, asking every creature he met if they had seen his spots. He approached a wise old owl perched on a low branch. "Owl, have you seen my spots?" Lumo asked, desperation in his voice. The owl blinked slowly. "Your spots were swept away by the magical storm, dear leopard. If you wish to retrieve them, you must seek the Cloud Weaver who lives atop the Sky Mountain." Though the journey to Sky Mountain was treacherous, Lumo didn't hesitate. His spots were a part of who he was, and he would do anything to get them back. The first obstacle on Lumo's path was the River of Reflection. The water was crystal clear, but its currents were strong and deceptive. As Lumo approached the riverbank, he met a crocodile resting nearby. "Leopard, why do you look so troubled?" the crocodile asked. "I've lost my spots and must cross this river to find them," Lumo replied. The crocodile nodded. "To cross the River of Reflection, you must answer its question. What do you see in your reflection?" Lumo peered into the river and saw himself, plain and unmarked. He sighed deeply. "I see a leopard who feels lost without his spots." The river's current slowed, and a voice echoed, "True beauty is not in what others see, but in how you see yourself. Cross, and remember this truth." Beyond the river lay the Whispering Woods, where every step brought faint whispers from unseen voices. Lumo treaded carefully until he heard a soft cry for help. Following the sound, he found a small bird tangled in thorny vines. "Please help me, kind leopard," the bird chirped. Though Lumo was in a hurry, he couldn't ignore the bird's plight. Using his sharp claws, he freed the bird, who fluttered up with joy. "Thank you, leopard," the bird said. "Take this feather, it will guide you when you are lost." Lumo tucked the feather behind his ear and pressed on. Finally, Lumo reached Sky Mountain, its peak hidden in swirling clouds. Climbing it was no easy feat. The rocks were slippery, and the air grew thin. Just when Lumo thought he couldn't go on, the bird's feather began to glow, lighting his path to the summit. There, he found the Cloud Weaver, a magnificent being made of mist and light, spinning threads of clouds into tapestries. "Why have you come, leopard?" the Cloud Weaver asked, her voice like a soft breeze. "I've lost my spots in the magical storm. Please, can you help me find them?" Lumo pleaded. The Cloud Weaver smiled gently. "Your spots are not lost. They are scattered. Each trial you've faced has brought you closer to reclaiming them. Look at yourself." Lumo looked down and saw his golden coat shimmering. Slowly, one by one, his spots began to reappear. They were different now, brighter, more vivid, but they felt like his own. "Your courage, kindness, and self-discovery have restored your true self," the Cloud Weaver said. "Never forget that your worth is not in your spots, but in your heart." With gratitude, Lumo descended the mountain, his heart lighter and his spots shining with a renewed glow. He returned to the forest, where the animals marveled at his transformation, not just in appearance, but in spirit. And so, Lumo lived on, no longer defined solely by his spots, but by the strength, kindness, and wisdom he had gained. And that, dear listeners, is the tale of the leopard who lost his spots, only to find something far greater.